should stop this.
No, I want to hear what it has to say.
Oh, Epstein!
No, you're right. Let's stop this.
Hello guys and welcome back. Forget all about the fake blood and half-baked Timo costumes because the real horror this Halloween is the US economy and the presidential administration. And South Park is back in full force with their new Halloween special, The Woman in the Hat. And as you can guess from the first clip, this episode is insane. We are face to face with the real-life living crisis where people can't afford any house if they have any kind of integrity. Gen Alpha is so demoralized by the economy that they turn to gambling and crypto scams just for a chance to make a living. Trump finally got his golden shower and is of course haunted by accountability. After his little White House makeover turned into a spiritual demolition of his relationship to his wife. And of course, in the old school Halloween movie style, all of the evil spirits have gathered in the White House, starring Pam Bondi as the brown-nosed champion diagnosed with rectoplasm, Stephen Miller starring the creep vampire butler guarding Trump, and of course, Brandon Carr, the hall mummy against freedom of speech. And if that wasn't enough, well, they directly call out the entire administration for being liars and covering up the Epstein case. Yeah, they straight up just said it this time. And as we all know, how they got to that final moment is even better. So let's get into the breakdown and let's rewind. I want to start off by saying I really appreciated a lot of the last episodes for the dark themes around Peter Thiel and JD Vance, but when it comes to straight comedic value, this was my favorite so far. It's so packed that I might even have to make a follow-up video just covering all of the funny real-life references that are just packed in this episode. So feel free to subscribe to the channel in case you don't want to miss out. We start off by seeing Stan and Randy talking about how the government shutdown has kept Randy out of work. So I assume selling off your integrity and starting an AI business microdosing horse tranquilizer doesn't pay as well as he had hoped. So they're now forced to move into Stan's granddad elderly home to save money on rent. I feel you, buddy, as someone who just got his rent increased again last month. Well, that actually sounds like a decent plan B if writing half-baked jokes on YouTube doesn't end up working for me. Speaking of pathetic, the episode then turns to Trump demolishing of the White House. Sorry, I meant renovation of the White House. He demolished the East Wing to make room for a new ballroom, which comes as a surprise to Satan, who thought it was to make room for the baby. But as you know, Trump needs a place where he can be the center of attention, and who can say no to a $250 million man cave? I would recommend calling it the Epstein Memorial, where all of his friends can come together and party like the good old days, right? In the Oval Office, Trump and Satan is being confronted with the intelligence that someone is planning to stop their baby from being born.
We've received intelligence that someone might be trying to stop your baby from being born.
What?
Who?
While Trump is looking guilty as a toddler covered in paint,
both of you guys are in big trouble.
What?
Pam Bondi starts glazing Trump yet again about how he's the greatest president ever.
That's right, sir. We won't let any harm come to the baby of the greatest president that ever lived. You are without equal,
Okay,
sir.
Pam.
And we are honored to be.
Pam, sorry. You got a little shit on your nose there.
Oh, do I?
And it's clearly a reference to Pam Bondi, who has been straight up kissing the president's ass, ruining her reputation if she ever had one, by covering up for all the administration's deceptions. And this is when South Park took a direct hit at their own fans. Yes, their most loyal fans, who has been kind of torn in half the past 6-7 episodes. I'm sorry. While some have loved the humiliation of Trump, a big part of the South Park community have complained that every episode is covering the same boring political topics, to a point where a big part of the community think that South Park sucks now.
How many weeks has it been now dealing with one stupid thing after another? The truth is, I think a lot of people are just afraid to admit that South Park sucks now. And it's because of all this political shit. Remember when we used to do stuff? Just us guys? Ever since all this political crap took over, it's like, what? Like what happened to us?
And the best South Park fashion, well, they just raised the middle finger and said deal with it and double down with yet another political plot. And to make it even funnier, SouthParkSucksNow.com is now an official website redirecting to the main website. And what did the kids in South Park do with it all? Well, the only thing a rational, young, rebellious kid of 2025 would do.
We all want change in our community. And now, there's an opportunity to truly make your voices heard. Introducing the South Park Sucks Now cryptocurrency coin.
They sold out, creating a crypto scam on social media, benefiting from their recent rise in popularity, and of course, why not benefit financially from, all of their struggles? So let's zoom out for a quick moment, because this moment truly caught the culture shift of today. People are just financially desperate, trying to find new ways of making a living because inflation has wrecked their life. And is there anything that screams financial crisis louder than 10-year-olds creating crypto scams because they're worried about having a place to live in the future? It's all this constant infighting that creates this environment where people are just way more selfish. As soon as they get any kind of influence and a paycheck is waved in front of their faces, well, at least they will take the opportunity to sell out and scam even their own supporters, because who cares? There's no integrity left. It's just play out versus play out there. There's no sense of a community or caring for your neighbor, and it's a really sad yet a genius way of confronting the fans with the critique while slamming Generation Alpha, which brings us to the real ghost story of this episode. Ever since Trump demolished the East Wing of the White House, he has been haunted.
Ever since I tore down the East Wing, there's this thing that keeps appearing. It's everywhere I go. It's here right now, in the corner.
By his wife, Melania. It's just hilarious because she's always seen quiet next to Trump, following him around. And since the East Wing was hosting the office of the First Lady, well, now she has no place to rest, like this restless ghost looking for closure before it can finally find peace.
Oh, where did Pam Bondi go?
What?
Pam Bondi, she's gone.
But she was sitting right here.
Pam?
Pam!
Right, Pam Bondi.
I'm right here, sir. God, what is going on?
That thing, it's not there anymore.
We are then presented with the newly redecorated Lincoln bathroom that has been upgraded with marble and gold. And Trump even rocks the robe that he posted on the pictures online before getting into a golden shower. Yes, Trey and Matt knows exactly what they're doing here. Trump is again rattled off by the woman in the hat showing up in his mirror, causing a full White House panic. So they invite investigators to come help with the problem, and it leaves them with no other rational clue than the brown nose of Pam Bondi, because this ghost didn't leave ectoplasm, but something very similar.
Rectoplasm?
What is it made of?
It's unbelievable. The rectoplasm seems to be 54% filet-o-fish sandwich.
Oh my god, I ate a filet-o-fish sandwich last night.
Jesus. And it's also 28% Taco Bell.
Oh my god, I ate Taco Bell this morning. Hey, Pam, deal with it.
You super nerd.
And of course, it leads straight to the investigators being arrested for uncovering the truth. Because, telling the truth has become extremely dangerous to this administration. I love this part. And we continue back to the boys and their crypto scam. And if you have to scam, at least do it right. So they're calling in the big guns, Kyle's cousin, to help them profit off their crypto scam. So he travels to Washington to get Trump Jr. in on it, because, as he says, the Trump family love to profit from that kind of stuff. And in Washington, at the White House, he is met with a full horror movie lineup. The Avengers assemble. Stephen Miller, the creep, protecting the White House. Brandon Carr with his excited Roman salute against freedom of speech. And of course, the abomination of Donald Trump Jr. in the newly decorated Oval Office. And as excited as he is to make money manipulating the markets, well, they are drawn into a ceremony to find the truth behind the haunted White House.
I am speaking to the entity in this house.
Oh my god, this is really scary.
The ghost appears to speak through Pam Bondi as she calls out,
Deception! Deception!
JD Vance does one final stand to avoid the truth from coming out. And since Trump is, all in for transparency and truth, he allows it to speak until, of course, that topic gets mentioned.
Buff, maybe we should stop this. No, I want to hear what it has to say.
Oh, Epstein!
No, you're right. Let's stop this.
You!
That's perhaps one of the best moments in South Park history. And they continue to point the fingers at JD Vance for just lying.
He lies!
You bitch.
Corruption!
About it all. About the corruption surrounding him, about his donors and his creators, and because, as we all know, nobody in the White House will take accountability, so they throw Kyle's cousin in jail for admitting to be a crypto fraud. Someone had to take the fall, right? I'm sure he'll get a pardon in a few years, right? So Trump and his administration is basically haunted by accountability. For refusing to tell the truth, for constant lying, for deception, and for always just missing that transparency element that they were talking so highly about. And I just think this is top tier comedic value. It is just exactly how everyone in America and in the entire world is kind of feeling about the administration at this point. Like, are we ever gonna get any truth coming out of it? And are we ever gonna see any accountability for any of the things that are being done? Well, I guess not. In my last video, some of you made me aware of this feature on YouTube called Hype Points, which is something you can give me if you actually enjoyed the video. And people told me that as a new creator with a very small channel, it's actually a good way to get more views. So if you want to support me in any kind of way, I will greatly appreciate any of those magical points. And of course, watching my video is more than enough. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Have a kiss.